That wasn't last week. But
well,
no,
2 weeks ago. It specifically said black.
To all of that, I'm not attaching race to anything. He wore a shirt about proud to be black.
What up, y'all?
Even if it was a black person with an American, would you say to that person, take that shirt off? You should just be regular.
It doesn't say, because it on American, like if you just say an American flag, that, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't.
Abercrombie and French, yeah.
It doesn't say black.
But it does. But
and then American flag.
But the American flag just says American. Like, so why?
I think
would it be why would it be a problem for him to be proud to be American and him not to be proud to be black?
I just don't. Me personally, I just
no. That's the question. No, can you address the question?
What? Say it again.
Why is it a problem if somebody's wearing an American flag and just wearing that because they're proud to be American, but he's wearing a proud to be black person shirt, and it's a problem with him being proud to be black?
All right, so remember my quote said, "I just want to be regular," right? That's just me.
But would you
for me
once again?
But that's him.
But would you address a person wearing an American flag shirt? Would you say, "Oh, just be regular"? Would you tell that person in that shirt the same thing?
Do I know him? It depends on the situation. Whether I know him. If it's a stranger, I wouldn't say that because that's...
Okay, so say you do know him.
It depends on the situation.
All right, come on.
Because he's telling a lie. He's telling a lie. You would not address that person wearing just an American... But you wouldn't.
Because I don't find it strange to be patriotic.
American. But you do find it strange to be...
But I find it strange to make being black your front street, right? Like, just...
But you can be...
I'm just want to be me first, and then, okay, I just so happen to be black.
How many cars you see running around proud to be Swede? Because it's proud to be American cars. It's stickers that say proud to be American everywhere. Like, we're the only one who do that.
May I jump in, please?
Please do.
First and foremost, I've probably seen... Well, first, let's just say this. Let me get here. Since we've been going, Trump has won.
I asked to speak about it. You said, nah.
Trump has won. And currently, all I see right now is wild pickup trucks with Confederate flags on it. Wait, I see.
You want to say with the KK out? Woo!
Yo, they might bro.
This guy's worried about a KKK like he's worried about a loose dog biting him in the ass.
When you say
you're gonna see way more than than the other.
When you say a loose dog,
just something common.
Okay, just something common. Yeah. They made it that common to put that flag in something that they didn't even do in the...
You cooking, Abe. You cooking.
Yeah, they didn't do that in the Civil War. They didn't do that in the War of 1812, which is the rematch from Revolutionary War. But
you're not them niggas was they was poster child for the Confederate. They invented the Confederate flag.
Very much so. Like, but what I'm saying is like...
So what, though? So what?
It's when you don't have a response, you just want to throw your hands up. Which I'm cool.
No. I mean, like, literally, like, so what? Like,
all right. Look, so does
that change like your life
as far as the election?
No, as far as Avery waking up every day and doing him.
Does it change me personally? I teach, so a serious consideration, and I'm looking more and more into it. The current administration saying that they want to dismantle the Department of Education.
They probably just want to.
Whoa! I didn't do it. Probably. I went what they said.
All right, go ahead. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I don't know.
Let's hear it.
You got to hold on, Avery. Does that mean that you're going to lose your job?
Once again, I want to know what they are going to do to public education because I do work with. Because I do work in a community that does have free lunch and free breakfast.
Right.
So are they going to remove funding from programs like this?
What does that have to do with education?
I don't think it would.
It wouldn't.
When you say you don't think, these things are funded through these things are funded through the Department of Education. That's a fact.
I think their main goal is to decentralize education for the country, right? Because the Department of Education is a federal.
Just let me know when you want me to say it, bro.
It's a federal.
It's basically get that tranny shit out of here. Ain't no child left behind shit.
Wait, Avery.
Let him get. These niggas can't go to the bathroom together no more. I'm sorry.
Okay, I went to the school system, so I see some parts of it. So please, you had to get that off. You had to get that off your chest. I got it.
Because think about it. Right after he won, nothing changed. It felt exactly the same. The nigga was the president before. He was the president before. He was the president before. This is not like it's some new shit.
We can all address that. It's just one step at a time. So, like
so.
I was saying, I think their main goal is to decentralize, because the Department of Education is a federal bureaucracy
entity, yes,
right. So they're applying whatever rules they came up with. Partly,
which they stated their rule. They stated what they want to do.
Hold on. All right, so all that stuff he was just talking about is probably included in that stuff as it stands now. Mm-hmm. Now, what they want to do is break that up and make it the state's responsibility.
What you think they want to do?
In order to achieve that, they're probably going to have to do all the shit you're about to say.
They have to write an agenda, basically. They have to write.
But what's going to happen is it'll go from the government at large issue to a state thing. Issue. Just like abortion was.
Well, abortion touches a different topic.
I'm just making it.
I got it.
As it is a state decision. So the state is going to do the free lunch. But the state is going to do all that other stuff.
But that is what you think. Now, I don't know that what you said. What I think
that's how it always been before the department. The Department of Education only started in the 70s.
That's not accurate.
When was the Department of Education started?
It's just not accurate.
So when was
it started?
The Department of Education came about around. I don't have the specific date, but around 18. You can definitely look it up.
Sources, man.
Yeah, definitely. This is definitely around when we just started.
It wasn't like free, it was today.
This is a free education that came on the heels of Jim Crow.
Public school is different than what we're talking about.
I get all. I'm
talking about federal bureaucracy.
Fam, I understand. I got all of that, but what I'm trying to say is, in what we're talking about right now, we are talking about the 14th Amendment. Like, this is going to get into the minutiae, because the 14th Amendment say you cannot discriminate based on you can't discriminate and get funds in federal situations.
Which why affirmative action was ended.
And this is which is why, if you are going to take and misplace appropriated funds from the federal government, that is what the 14th Amendment was about. That is now we're talking about what's this, 1964 or whatever may have you. This is the second Civil Rights Act. First one was in 1860, right after the Civil War or whatever. It's two iterations.
And we was number one in the world in education.
Yeah, but we, once again, like I just said, education, the Department of Education came about when we said we got to do something to educate these people for the workforce. And this is the thing about Ford and.
But what's it now though?
And now, because federal government helps to fund public education, and there is a public Department of Education, and the impending, not current, because they don't take effect until, January 20th? Mm-hmm. If they say that they're going to piece by, which they won't just completely say, Education Department, you're out of here. But they will, piece by piece, take parts away from it. I want to know, will that affect the funding? Because obviously, funding doesn't go
your state has to pick up the tab.
But
why should people in Texas pay for people in New York?
Whoa! First of all, people in New York, blue states.
Everybody's paying into the DOE.
If you know what you say, you know, blue states pay for the red states anyway. You do know that. You do.
And back and forth. And that shouldn't even be fair either, though. That still shouldn't be fair.
That's not accurate. New York money is what pays for things that go on in North and South Dakota.
And why is that even fair?
Money, I'm not saying it is fair, but when you take away the money that goes to...
The money is not being taken away. It's just being reallocated.
So once again, and if you take this away from situations where you are feeding children, because... What did happen in the 60s and 70s is the Black Panthers came about and did say something to the effect of, oh, it's hard to learn if you are hungry. Therefore, they implicated the free breakfast program. And to that, the federal government picked it up. They never gave the Black Panthers credit for that, but they picked that up. So now, if we're talking about dismantling that, is the federal government
Why should the federal government do it? Why shouldn't the states do exactly what you're saying? Well, I'm not saying get rid of what you're saying.
When you are saying that, if the federal government takes it away, then where does the money come from? How do you? So
the state has to do it
because of the fact that. Which this is done. This is done with every president. Because this is done, these budgets are zeroed out to they are the education budget. They have been zeroed out, and then the money is reallocated. So what are we going to say? Just zero out the budget, let the state handle it, and if the kids eat, they eat, and if they don't, they don't.
The kids are still going to eat just like they did last week. It's not going to come from account X, Y, and Z. It's going to come from account A, B, and C.
Excuse me, my apologies.
So everything that you're saying, what about, because there is a such thing as state schools too, right? Now,
state funds,
stately funded schools. Okay, so would that be two separate things? Because
it is two separate things.
That's what, right. Well, that's what I'm agreeing with you at, and that's what I'm saying. So even if just like
there's
you said,
state taxes and then there's federal taxes.
There are state taxes, but now this is what I'm all right to say. Do I know that the state budget, what the state budget allocates as opposed to what the federal budget allocates to the Department of Education in each state? I can't tell you I know that, but what I do know is if you're going to tell me that whatever the funds was that was coming federally, you just say, oh, now the state is to do it, and you're going to tell me that might not be seriously reducing the funds, and what are some of the things that are going to get cut out? If you are going to tell me that, you don't know what you're talking about.
That's not the federal government's. That's not what the federal government is responsible for. The state is responsible to educate its citizens.
No, that is not accurate at all. That is not
just because you came up in that doesn't mean that's how it always was.
That's not what I said. That's not accurate at all.
Public school is not going nowhere. Public assistance is not going nowhere. And public free lunches is not going nowhere.
You don't know that because they already took it away. They had to allocate it. What in the world do you think Ronald Reagan was doing in the Bronx?
Why should it come from the feds? Why can't it come from the state?
Because the states pay into the feds, and because the states, which you obviously are missing completely, because a state like Pennsylvania and a state like New Jersey and states that have bigger municipalities that over-index in federal funds that they pay should receive back some of that money. So now if you want to tell me that, we're going to
so why can't they take that money and put it into their own shit?
Oh, you asked a question. So if you're going to tell me that, we just get to keep, the states just get to keep all of the money that they were federally donating, and now they just but that's not how the feds work.
That's misallocation of funds, brother.
That's the state, but that may be how the state works.
That's not how it works. If you think that they just want to be fair like that, why in the world do we got 2 senators in New Jersey and they got 2 senators in Montana? The state is just not going to give that type of stuff back.
You're talking too fast.
I'm not talking too fast. You're listening slow.
What in New Jersey?
What?
We got 2 senators in New Jersey.
Okay.
Right. And every state has 2 senators, but that doesn't matter by population. So it doesn't. So what I'm trying to say is just because you over-index in something in a state, that don't necessarily mean that the federal government is going to say, "Oh yeah, we're just going to even this type of thing out." There would be wide succession because of that.
First of all, there's not going to be a succession because you need way too many. You need way too many votes. That'll never happen. What I'm saying is,
once again, I said you would have that. You're not going to do that because, of course, swing states like Iowa that don't have the population for representation, they're never going to vote to say, we need less senators or they should have more.
So what I'm saying is, why would right? If Iowa's different from New York and Pennsylvania,
when you say please clear.
If Iowa.
Iowa. I thought you said I. You said Iowa.
You listen slow. You listen.
If the state of
Indeed, I could be fucking it up. I could be fucking it up.
All right, thanks, Ron. All right. So if Iowa as a state is different from New York, and New York is different from PA, and PA is different from New Jersey, shouldn't they all be responsible for their education because they know best how to educate their own citizens based on Iowa is? Iowa has to educate the money is going to get spent,
There's a simple answer to that. Larger states without the population of overpopulated states like this, we pay for those states.
So wouldn't our shit be better if we could keep the money?
And then you leave out the children in Iowa.
But then that's them. That's them. You know the United States.
I'm not advocating for you to forget anybody. I'm really not.
Well, hence the No Child Left Behind, right? And that's
that don't really work, and all the kids are fucking stupid.
Once again, I'm not. And to that. First of all, I would never say all these kids are stupid. I would never say that. I don't believe that. He owns that thought all by himself. I would never say all these kids are stupid.
In the words of Michael Jackson, you are not alone.
There's so many.
I'm not advocating that. Now, if you want to tell me that, if there was a situation or a president that said that they have a plan to redo the system of education, I'm cool with that. That's what you're inferring that. Okay. No, what was said? I'm going to take out the Department of Education. He didn't say anything about a plan for that.
All right. So wait. Hold on.
Would it not be obvious that there's a plan though, Avery?
No.
So you think he's just gonna go in there?
I don't know what he just said he's appointing RFK to the Department of Health.
I don't agree with that.
But he's
the only one. He's the only one talking about. He's the only one. He's the only one talking about how the pharma companies are fucking us over. When I'm saying
RFK is nepotism. Okay, he's there.
I'm cool with all of that. What I'm trying to say is, if there was a plan that was stated, or if it was like, we got a way to go.
Maybe you don't know that plan
we're going to go away about this. I'd say, all right, whatever. But the motherfucker said, inject yourself with bleach, and people did it. He doesn't have a plan.
Nobody said that.
He didn't say that.
It was probably
everybody can go look that one up.
It was probably hyperbole. It was probably hyperbole.
It was not hyperbole. Now you want to deny him saying that or whatever.
Okay, now wait. Hold on, let's further. Time order in the court. All right, bro. We gotta move this along because we will argue this all day. Okay.
Please. Let's talk about my boy Mike. I think he's SOAR winner of the week.
All right, let's go right here to the SOAR winner of the week. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight.
Winner is a loser.
20 million. If it's 20 million, he caught.
I don't think
he caught it down.
Then what Jake Paul get?
I think he got like 40.
Yeah.
Sound like a good cut to me.
Well, for those of you who weren't tuned in, on Friday night, Mike Tyson finally got to fight Jake Paul. Now, let me say this. Let me just lead. There was so much lead up and build up to the fight. You seeing Mike Tyson train, seeing Jake Paul train. The day before, Mike Tyson slaps the shit out of Jake Paul.
Jake Paul didn't act like a monkey.
Well, do you think that's what he was doing?
Next week, I'm gonna find out what the actual plan is for the DOE.
Okay.
Besides just saying,
John Hardy's heard about that. Don't worry about that. John Hardy's heard about that.
Let me get back to Mike Tyson and Jake Paul.
He went back.
Because you know everything about your side, but it's not like you found out the other side.
Because we don't got no facts right now. No, we gonna have some facts. I want to have that shit written down.
I don't think we have enough facts. We don't have enough facts.
I didn't have enough facts, but I had facts.
Neither did I.
I had facts. You was telling me what you felt. We're talking about Jake Paul. We're moving on.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, bro.
Jake Paul steps on Mike Tyson's foot, and Mike Tyson slaps him. Now, prior to that, we didn't know why Mike Tyson slapped him. Mike Tyson explained why he slapped him, because he said he got bad dogs, and Jake Paul, big ass shoe, stepped on his foot. That was his instant reaction to slap him, to get him the fuck off his foot. So that all led to the fight. We got the fight, and what I will say is, the undercards were so much better than the actual fight. The girls' fight might have been the fight of the year. First of all, the fight before their fight, that was one hell of a fight. What I want to say is, me watching the internet during the fight and after the fight, what I learned is that a lot of people have faith in Mike Tyson. Now, let me just speak for myself. I said from the beginning, Mike too old. I was saying all day Friday, I'm scared Mike gonna get hurt. I was scared that Jake Paul was gonna land some shit on Mike and Mike was gonna be done up. That didn't quite happen. In your opinion, Avery, because Rube said he didn't watch the fight.
You didn't see the fight?
Nah, because it was stupid.
So
okay.
In your humble
I thought
opinion,
the whole thing
Avery,
was stupid.
How did you feel pre-fight and then post-fight?
I think I wanted Mike to win more than I thought he would win, but of course that's Monday morning quarterbacking. I thought Mike Tyson's 5'10". I'm 6'2".
Jake Paul was 6'1".
I just came from working out. My uncle was six. You know, my uncle was 6'6". He was humongous. He would never say I could beat Mike in a boxing match, but I could probably beat him in a fight. Whatever. I got the. He think, yo, we got the street. I hit him with something. I'm stronger than whatever. So to all of that, I remember Mike from the '90s. So I'm thinking but
I feel that's what we all was living vicariously through. Everybody was wanting that old Mike to show up.
And I didn't think old, but I do think that strength is the last thing to go.
Check it. The last 4 Mike fights, if we never had an example of what was going to happen, we should have. Think about it.
I'm not arguing that.
That Roy Jones fight was terrible.
Yeah, I was even thinking before that, but okay.
Well, I'm just going to the last 4.
Yeah.
What was it, like a white boy, right? Like Tommy Morrison?
Yeah.
Terrible.
No. He beat up on Tommy Morrison.
He beat him, but it was still a terrible fight. Yeah. Lennox Lewis, he got his ass whooped. Holyfield, he got his ass whooped. I'm just bringing it to like last 4.
Okay, that's around it, but okay.
Mike didn't display in those last 4 fights, including this fight. He didn't show old Mike. Why did everybody think? Did they show him sparring? You see all the sparring sections? He looked amazing. He got in that ring. He didn't do anything that he was doing in those sparring sessions.
To what I was speaking to about earlier, just about just being when I read Mike's book, one of them. He probably has more than one. I read Mike's book. Mike is a student of boxing.
Smoke Mike weed?
Of course not. No, of course not.
Okay. I have. It's pretty good.
I'm sure that he catch pigeons for a living. I'm sure it is. He's a student of boxing. He has a lot of great.
What was your thoughts before and after?
So to that, like
before the fight, did you think he could win?
Before I thought. To what I'm saying, the lore, and possibly to what you were saying. I mean, I'm thinking, you know, he catch him. But once again, in watching Mike, I remember how defensive. He was straight ahead, and 2, he had real good defensive tactics. All that shit is gone, which I wasn't thinking about before the fight. But now looking at him once the fight came on, this an old man in there.
Well, what if the fix was in and he just?
I think that's another thing too.
I'm starting to believe that as well. I'm starting to believe it was a fix. I'm thinking it was a fix, bro.
That's another thing too, because now I'm starting to think. Well, I mean, you know, hey, this is capitalism.
But for everybody, so just because your hat just gave it to me, they had it at Jerry's World. Probably the biggest.
Has anybody ever been there?
No, I haven't been there yet.
Okay,
you been there?
Yeah.
Is it as big as it looks? Pause.
When you think about
it, looks
crazy.
Like on TV, it looks huge. So I'm pretty sure.
When I tell you, okay, so you've been to Giant State. You've been to Giant State.
Watching it, I'm like that.
I've been to Giant State. Like I could just imagine it being like really huge.
So now just think, and you've seen a boxing ring, right?
Yeah.
So now just think about it. You put in a boxing ring where a football field is.
50-yard line.
How much smaller? So now they're bringing seats in. So there's seats literally on the field.
There was
even if they cut the top level off,
you could still going to see.
So
there was 74,000 people in attendance.
I thought they said it was.
Well, how many can you fit in like just at capacity? It's like what?
It's
100,000,
close to 100. I haven't checked, and I did check it a little while ago. Like it's so big. Pardon self. That sounds crazy.
Pause.
Pardon me. Yeah. Jerry is selling standing space, like the concession stand space. Like you could buy a $15 ticket to stand in group A, B.
It's no wonder Jerry is no wonder Jerry's still filthy, stinking rich. Like
AT&T Stadium, that Cowboy Stadium, it's like a theme park.
No, it is. It's got to be because
No,
it looks like a theme park on
it's-
TV. So I could just imagine what it is
and
in
to
person.
all of that, like I thought it was a 80 split, but I've read since then it's a $60 million
Back
split.
to this fight. Post fight, how did you feel?
He looked
felt like he was
old.
old.
All right, this is how I feel.
He's 60 years old.
If I had to pay per view for that, if I'd have paid $80 for that, I'd have been pissed off.
And
Well,
then
that's why they did
I've
it.
been thinking about that too. Like I'm like, yo, like
Then we watch this. Then we had the Netflix was
Well, I mean-
crashing. Everybody should.
I mean, well, that's why-
Up at all?
now.
Well,
to
that's what
that-
happens when you don't have it on pay per view. Like,
No,
The
that's-
service
no,
couldn't. Wait, because
I don't-
You didn't have any. You didn't have no.
No,
message
I
in
didn't.
yours?
I didn't. No, I didn't watch it live.
Oh,
I watched the next
See,
morning.
I watched
over.
it live.
But I seen it. But I seen parts of the early the pre fights.
Freezing and shit.
I seen that, but I had to go to work and then I had schoolwork. So, but as far as it goes, like Mike straight ahead stuff, he came out like that.
No,
in the
first 30 seconds, Mike looked amazing.
He looked like
the
him.
first 30
But
seconds,
then,
he blew his low in the first 30 seconds. Pause.
but then when you see,
He did.
like, I mean, just watching athletes or whatever may have you, when you see how
blew his
his
load.
legs just wasn't, he's stuttering and stammering or whatever.
Wait, hold
like-
on. Prior to that, so you didn't see his interview by his son in the whole meme. So Mike's son. Okay, so let me see.
No.
So before Mike and Jake Paul came out, you know how they talked to the
Yeah,
fighters in the
yeah,
dressing room.
indeed.
Mike's son is an actual journalist. I wasn't aware of this. He has an older son.
He has a gang of kids.
Right. His son Amir interviewed him prior to the fight. So Mike's in there. He got no shirt on. He got this little his shit on.
Yeah.
Mike gives his sons a kiss and walks off, and his entire ass is out. No home.
I thought that was after the. That's
No,
before
that's
the fight.
before the fight.
Oh wow! I thought that because I've seen the memes from it after.
He
But
was paused.
if I'd have seen, and I'm not once again, this is Monday morning quarterbacking.
Right.
If I would have seen that, just to know who Mike was leading into fights from, but like he was not.
so
He
when you
was
could-
not public ready before
Wait,
fights
wait,
in the
you
night.
could-
He
wait,
just
wait, wait.
wasn't.
This like so. Wait, niggas wear thongs when they.
No, it's basically a jock strap.
No,
It was basically
it was
a
an
jock
athletic
strap.
supporter.
Yeah, it
That
was a supporter.
it was
They
an
used to
athletic-
be called jock
it
straps.
was his cup. It just
It
was
just
his
looked
cup.
like a
It just-
thong.
It just
Right.
It did, but there wasn't a string. That's not how those things. That's not.
That's what I'm saying.
No, that's not how that works.
No, stop.
not
It
how-
was a string in his ass. It was a leather strap up his ass. bro.
No. Those things. There are. An athletic supporter, there are things that go around your
Yeah.
legs,
Right,
around your
look,
waist.
I'm
Not
listening to you,
something that
you're
comes
crazy.
around the
I'm
middle.
listening.
No,
Listen.
listen. What men don't know is men are supposed to wear that shit for a lot. You're supposed to wear those to swim. You're supposed to wear those
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you play basketball,
Yeah, no.
even working out because it supports.
That's
your
why I didn't
balls.
want to dive in high school because I didn't want to wear a speedo.
That's why you didn't want to dive.
Yeah,
like,
well, I went
no
to-
swim teams. Like
Swim.
no,
My
okay,
school
no,
didn't have my school didn't have a
I'm
swimming pool.
asking.
We didn't have a swim team. Go ahead.
Do you feel disadvantaged because
Yes,
of that?
yes,
You look
yes.
like you.
Yeah. I'm a great swimmer. I would have been on the team.
Victim.
I would have been on the
Yeah,
team.
you really sounded
I
like.
would put Speedo on. I just been
Well,
out
you know
here,
what?
nigga.
Milburn basketball
All
team
the girls
sucked
was
ass.
dope.
I bet you
All
your
the girls
basketball
was
team
dope.
was great.
I'm just saying. No, our basketball team was terrible.
It was
And it was
better
all
than
black
Milburn.
people.
It was better than Milburn.
No, it wasn't.
Please,
No, it wasn't. We were like
Get
2
the
and 12
fuck
my
outta
whole
here.
4 years. Nigga.
Two
Every
and
year.
two- every year, 2 and 12.
Every year. What are you talking about? Just because it's all black niggas, they don't mean them niggas was nice. I was
What's that?
nice. Them
What's
niggas
that?
wasn't nice.
What's that?
What's that episode?
4 and 48? Like what is that? Like
No.
8 and 48? Like
Same thing. Look, as soon as I graduated high school, these niggas won all the state championships. I'm like,
He
you
graduated
ass.
in like
ass.
86. It's just no.
This is
Remember that movie? I think it was movie number. Was it movie number 14 or 29? It was a comedy. It was like similar to
Like Bad News
Scary
Bears,
Movie.
nigga?
It was similar to Scary Movie. It was
Okay,
called
okay.
movie number.
I have no idea.
I don't either.
But
It was.
Wait,
it
get
was
back to this
similar.
fight.
It was similar to Scary Movie.
Get back to this fight. Okay, let me say this. Jake Paul, I feel like also. So all right, just watching the fight in a whole, it seemed like they were holding back to me.
well,
because they
it wasn't really throwing. I believe it was
No,
the fix. I believe it was the fix.
I will
I was
say
so
this.
let down by this fight, bro.
Well, I definitely didn't have great expectations.
I did.
But I will say this.
I didn't think Mike
this
was
is
gonna
the
win, though.
this is the thing. As far as Jake Paul goes, I don't even know how somebody like Nate Robinson gets to sanction a public like a professional fight.
The basketball player?
When
The
he-
ex-basketball player?
Yeah, Jake Paul put that nigga to sleep first. He was Jake Paul's first victim.
That's
the first victim.
But
He's the first victim.
I remember that. Yeah,
But Jake Paul put mad niggas to sleep.
He was a referee.
Jake Paul beat Anderson Silva.
When he was a referee?
He beat Anderson Silva.
To what you saying, they lined it up perfectly because Jake Paul is he if you run up on him in the streets, he's gonna beat you.
That's a big white boy, man.
That's a big white boy. He's a professionally trained.
He's gonna beat you up.
Yeah,
you're gonna lose.
Yeah,
he's a professionally trained boxer at this point. But then they keep putting people who are past their prime, who have no shot. That's what I'm saying. So it's
one man wasn't past his prime. He put a football player.
No, but the loss he got was of the lesser known Klitschko brother because he had a loss.
Come on now.
But to that
let him fight the most known Klitschko brother. He going to sleep.
No, he lost.
He wouldn't agree to that.
No.
Yeah.
He lost to the lesser known because the lesser known was closer to his prime.
That's like his brother. His brother's a lesser known Paul. He should have fought that Klitschko brother. You get what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is they're lining up layups for him.
Yeah.
But, and now and to all of that, because this is my thought before that. To all of that, I'm thinking they keep lining up these layups. Mike not gonna be a layup. Mike was a foul shot. So, and do I think it's fake or fixed or whatever? This is what I feel about sports, even with gambling and all that. I mean this wholeheartedly.
I think it's all
the
fixed
thing
now.
About boxing. See, the thing about basketball or football or whatever it is, the thing about all these sports is
Jake Paul's net worth is $80 million.
Most of that's from YouTube though.
Yeah.
Who cares?
But the thing about
he just got paid $40 million.
Yeah.
The thing
so
about
$120 now.
The thing about football is okay. So you got a lineman to take the fall, or you get a quarter. You could you. It's other people on the team. Okay. Boxing is different because it's one person you got to pay. You don't got to convince that many people. Do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like so, it's so. I just think it's easier to throw fights. I do. I think it's easier to throw fights. I'm not telling you that football and basketball aren't fixed, but I think boxing is easier to throw.
To be honest with you, Avery, I think since the emergence of sports betting on a legal platform,
it's turned up.
Everything is fixed now.
No, it was turned up before. It was on before, but it's turned up now. I want to agree with that.
It's way more noticeable now opposed to back in the day when they were really getting it off. When
I mean, what was my man name in Blue Chips? Tony. what was my man name? Tony. He fucked up the game for Shaq and them.
Yeah, man. Tony was his name. Yeah, he was nice though. And he was getting them buckets.
Yeah,
they was watching the playback. They're like, oh shit, Tony did it. And then he's mad as hell. Tony, you fucked me over, Tony.
He blew it.
Nick Nolte was mad as hell.
He blew it.
Listen, I think that seriously though, in all seriousness,
it could be the fix could have been.
All sports now at this point, with probably the exception of high school.
Oh, yeah,
it's all fixed, man.
If you do Friday Night Lights, it's probably
and then it's in the refs. So
gambling
really,
is like
players' hands.
Gambling is a thing now. So
that's what he's saying.
It's just like. For instance, it's like weed now, right? Because weed is legal, now it's just mad trash ass weed on.
Sure.
Well, Avery never smoked weed a day in his fucking life.
Whoa, that's
because you look like it though.
You know my man used to do back in the day now.
Don't, because I'm not a smuker.
How much weed did you smoke?
I will tell you this. In attempting chronic, why would you turn the camera to the guy? In attempting chronic, it was the most vulnerable I ever felt in my life.
Really?
How many times have you? So you, when I say that like that, I speak in hyperbole a lot. So right, when I say like that, I really mean like it don't look like you've ever like smoked a lot.
I'm literally like a once or twice. No, I'm like a once or twice person. Like one time, no effect.
I got you know once you might be drunk. Yo, let me hit that.
Yeah,
but
twice,
I can see you high, and I can see you not liking it because you just.
I completely the time that and when I'm not gonna name names because you know names, but the time that I felt defenseless. I felt like there was nothing I could do to do. And as we
feel like
I wired myself around being able to take it like
you like being. It's like you don't like not being in control.
I felt completely out of control.
And that's normally what it is.
My question to you is, Ruben, if you're Jake Paul, do you totally go cold turkey on your YouTube empire to just box now that you just caught this $40 million lick?
Nah, I just keep doing what I'm doing. Whatever he doing now is what he doing now.
27. He could ride this wave for a while.
Yeah,
he 27. Fam, think about it. He 27.
He can. You know what it is? He can go back to YouTube at any point.
Any point.
Yo.
Because he's gonna be the younger generation's kind of person, like personality to look up to. Let's say he's gonna be our.
Not our, but.
No, we had somebody like that.
No. No. Okay, pardon me.
That's what I mean by that.
No, I got no. You giving a version of it, but what you're saying. I want to hear what you're gonna say. Pardon me. I jumped in there. It's considered him. He's legit because he's existing in multiple lanes. Somebody's gonna look at him and say he's a Renaissance man. Because you're in so many lanes, they think that you're a poet, right? Like an artist of so many.
He lives in Puerto Rico.
Like you keep adding things to it. Like it's like what was the bear commercial? Like the greatest man in the world. Like
he got
mosquitoes don't bite him purely out of respect.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's me.
No, but you think about it. Like
he's like John Cena almost. I bet you he start to be in movies.
Well, look, but think about him like this. Think about him like this.
Stuff.
At one point, he was like the white Casanat. Then he said,
okay.
Nah, nobody's. Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Besides play video games, what does he do?
Let me tell you right now. Let me tell you right now. And I just tweeted this today. I said at some point.
X'd it. You said remember you told me he told to call it X, right?
X tweet whatever. X formerly known as Twitter. I kind of blame production companies now for not being able to entertain us.
Okay, expound.
Because the amount of views and hours watched of Casanat is different. It's out of this world.
But it's 90% kids watching him though. 90%.
That's not the point though. And that's not the point though.
Casanat is basic. He basically got the kids the way Disney Channel used to have kids or Nickelodeon.
Yo, but I bet you if you look up his demographics, I bet you it's not.
Kids,
I bet you it's not solely kids.
It's mostly kids. I'm saying 90% of kids.
What's the oldest?
10%. Oh, stop. Oldest. When I say kids, I mean 0 to 18. Okay, that's his demo. The other 10% is just like a guy like me just put my head in there because my kid told me to turn on Casanat. You get what I'm saying? I only learned about Casanat from my kid. This is I only knew about him for a couple months. This nigga's been out. I didn't know he existed until they went to jail, and I thought that was the funniest shit I've ever seen.
First of all, he did.
What is going on?
First of all, he did it.
He rented out of jail and he streamed from jail.
He rented a jail.
And had all celebrities come in, and it was the funniest shit you've ever seen in your life.
He had. All right, his thing. I think it was 2 years ago. He did this.
What's his claim to fame, Rube?
No, not claim. I'm talking about what he did, right? So all he does is stream. He's just an internet person. He's just the internet.
What got him on?
I'm about to just explain to you.
Okay.
He's one of those kids that instead of going outside, he stayed inside and played on his computer and played video games.
And he figured it out.
Hold on. Mm-hmm. From there, one of these days he got a webcam, right? So when you chronically on the computer, always doing something, you kind of, it's like you never see. He's that goofy kid from school that always played too much in class.
Well, that's what he said. He said that about himself.
He's that goofy kid from school that always played too much in class and always having the whole class laugh when he's not supposed to in the most inappropriate times, and always get like C's and D's on his report card. He's that kind of kid.
Just an average kid, basically.
Just a snot-nosed punk.
Snot-nosed punk is crazy.
Yeah, you wild aggressive to a video gamer, like.
That's not aggressive.
That's aggressive.
I called him a motherfucker.
What I know of him, so look. What I know of him is, so my kid told me, all right, he used to be with these kids that used to play 2K and shit on YouTube. They were 2K. It was
NBA 2K.
They were called AMB or AMG or some shit like that.
All they did was play games.
He got down with them, and once he got down with them, that's where his.
They got video game sets.
Yeah.
Like no.
I'm serious.
No. I'm serious. I didn't know. You told what you said. No, I'm serious.
DDG was a YouTube music guy, man.
Now I was gonna ask you about DDG when we was talking about Jake Paul, because you guys were saying how Jake Paul could just go back to YouTube and whenever he feel like.
Remember SoundCloud?
Hold on. Let me get there. Can I get there? Y'all was saying that DDG y'all was saying that Jake Paul could go back to YouTube and whatever he feel like it. Well, DDG was once a big YouTuber, streamer, and then he became a rapper, and he's trying to go back to that.
That's the rapper, right? Like, okay, yeah.
See, but you didn't know he was a streamer first.
No, I did not.
Neither did I. And here's the thing: he tried to go back to streaming, and it ain't.
No, because
like it was.
Because he's not.
So will that pop for Jake Paul?
Jake Paul is bigger than DDG right now.
Okay. DDG was a big streamer though.
Is what I'm saying. Jake Paul is these kids.
No, I did not know that.
Jake Paul is these kids. The Rock.
But I mean, now
that's a big statement.
When you say that, because you also said you also gave Jake Paul a likeness or akin to John Cena.
Yeah. Something like that.
But my thing to that is and I can't tell you I've watched an entire John Cena movie. That'd be a lie. I've never. But The Rock. The Rock played at Miami, wrestled, and now is the biggest movie star or one of the big
international movie stars.
Rock wasn't always like that until Rock wasn't always the biggest movie star.
But all of that included, I am saying to John Cena and more so to The Rock, these are like home runs. Like, these are talented people. These people that you're saying that's coming up to replace these people, you're
looking at it from a different angle, Abe.
I might be. Which, like I said, I'm like, yo, like, is this what we are putting forth as a star? Like, is this a meteor?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Kai's not like.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. A simple answer.
Okay, yeah. No. The answer is no. This is how I'm saying.
If you seen how many people was watching his stream,
for sure.
He did it. Yo, listen.
Like, I'm baffled.
He just hit a record yesterday.
Bro, you gotta understand.
400,000 subscribers right now. Over 400,000.
So watch him play games.
Listen.
No, he don't play games no more.
He kinda do.
He dance. No, he dances.
He be doing goofy shit. Listen.
Now look, he
can literally fill up AT&T Stadium.
Yes, he could.
That's how many people are watching him. More than what's in AT&T.
Live streaming and sell out every stadium.
Yes.
In America.
But what are they? And they're coming to watch him just like
Boom!
I told you 2 years ago.
I know, nigga.
2 years ago he rented out.
Get your webcam ready, brother.
Yo,
ready.
Listen. 2 years ago he rented out this big old warehouse or whatever. He paid some people to come in. They turned into what it looks like a jail. And then he stuck all these internet personalities in jail.
Drewski,
all of these
offset rappers,
and then it was all in there just goofing off and doing shit you used to make fun of people in jail for doing. Mm-hmm. That's what they did. Mm-hmm. For 24 hours, like almost like a week.
No, it was for a week.
Like a week.
Okay, so now let me ask you
this. You got so much fucking.
I know
it's crazy.
We got to get ready to get up out of here.
Wait, hold on. And let me say this too. This is how powerful Casanat was. Casanat said he was gonna go to New York City and give away some PlayStation 5s.
Set the whole city on fire. Pandemonium.
Rioting.
So now
rioting. One man should not have all that power.
Do you think now? And I'm going to affix it back to sports just a little bit. Mm-hmm. Do you think one? I am struggling with. I think we're just okay with mediocrity, but no, I do.
And I blame entertainment.
Because
we don't know any better, right?
We have mediocre. Star, but we have mediocre star. I do that too. But is there a part here where somebody looked at a 6'3" Steph Curry and said, well, I can't dunk like Vince. I can't jump like that, but I can mimic somebody who Steph Curry's proportions aren't. His shooting abilities are, but I can at least work to that or whatever. Yeah,
that's Adam Silver's fault.
Well, no. But what I'm saying is is it that people are thinking, well, I can do that. Like that, because I think that's why you got kids pulling up from half court thinking I can do you.
What they do to that? That is true.
Not knowing how much work he might really put in, you just think you can. You're not going to be 6'8", so you say, well, at least I can do. Is that what they're seeing with somebody like Kai Cenat? Or do you understand? Like,
I don't think so. Only because,
I could be. Obviously, I'm completely oblivious.
This is why everybody don't have a personality to speak on camera or on the microphone. You understand what I'm saying? So
I get that.
X out a lot.
Plenty have tried. Many have failed.
But that's something but to that what I'm saying is that's something you can try. You can't try to be 6'8". You understand what I'm saying? You can't try to
This
be
is
LeBron.
true.
I don't care how you.
This is true.
So how can I garner the attention? Oh, I can act like Steph. You're not gonna put it to work instead. But you understand what I'm saying? Like you can't.
There was
is
a
that-
barrier in the NBA and stuff like that. NFL, there is a barrier of physicality. That's the biggest barrier.
You know how
with
they
this
say-
streaming shit, there is no barrier.
Watch this.
You're only as popular if your personality.
I got you. You know how they say there's always a guy in the hood that was probably better than Michael Jordan. He didn't get a chance. There's probably kids just as good as Kai Cenat, but they don't have the money or resources to get that camera and that laptop.
Okay.
Ain't nobody.
Well, I'll say this too.
Ain't
but,
nobody
close it out, baby.
on our way out of here, I'll say this. I'll say this. I did have somebody come at me on the internet, and he actually lived 2 towns over. I was waiting at his job. Don't talk to me crazy on the internet, because I will come out and find you. As I do say,
Oh, is haters out there?
is I don't know. I had somebody talking to me crazy about. Don't worry about it. Like, yeah,
Okay.
no, I pulled up on him. Like, no, I come see you. I find out where your girl is. Don't worry about it. I am not telling you to agree with me, but I am telling you to think. These were just some of my thoughts. That's what I will say.
Listen, thank you for tuning in. If you made it this long, you made it this far. Episode
God bless
4.
you.
God bless you.
See you later.
God bless you. And see you next week. SOAR winners, episode 4. Peace. We out of here.